Okay. Who wants to start?
I'll start.
Okay, go ahead.
Should we cheers each other first?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cheers. Lots
Ding.
of work in the making. I did nothing.
No,
Thank
you did a lot.
I did absolutely nothing. Well, hello, Internet. This is the official first podcast of Matt and Carly. We're going to officially call this the Matt and Carly podcast.
Episode number 1.
Episode number 1. I don't know what our naming convention is. We don't have a logo.
No,
but we've been working really hard on
We'll just do episode 1.
setting all this up.
Yeah.
You know what I really actually like? Oh, I just clipped a little bit. Did you hear that?
No, you're
fine. It was
fine.
really loud.
No, you're good.
It like blew out. So I actually really like the style of naming our podcast just a number. Like I think Joe Rogan does that.
Yeah.
Where it's like he says like the guest and the number whatever.
Yeah.
So you can kind of see like how many
I think
podcasts
Joe
it is.
used to do like season 1 episode 30 or whatever, but once he hit like 800 episodes he was like, I think we're good for now, we'll just put a big number up behind it.
Season 42.
Yeah. Do you think we'll ever get to a point where we can have like MMA fighters come in and like scientists?
That'd be pretty cool.
I think you never know.
We'll have to move.
Yeah, we might have to
We're
move.
currently in Michigan in the northern part.
Yeah,
That's all you need to know.
where nobody lives.
Where nobody lives.
That's okay though, because we live here.
Yeah.
And we just started our podcast.
Yeah, so we're probably really rare up in this area.
Yeah, we're probably the only podcast in northern Michigan. But welcome to the Matt and Carly podcast, episode 1.
We're doing it here.
Yep. So in my
really
my
happening.
opinion, yeah, it's no turning back now. So in my opinion, I think this is probably going to be a mediocre first podcast. We got to knock the rust and the dust off of this stuff and get comfy, a little bit. But this is kind of like the icebreaker one. So
Okay.
I don't even have anything I really want to talk about. I'm just going to enjoy your company, and we're going to have a nice adult beverage. And don't get confused, everybody watching us drink beer. This is like my first beer in a year. No, I won't say that. It's my second beer.
I remember
in
when
like
I had
6
my
months.
first beer.
It really is, though.
Yeah, I know. We're not big drinkers.
No.
We used to be. We did go to Michigan State.
Yeah. Well, I mean, anybody that goes to
That's fair.
a normal high school or college will drink alcoholic beverages.
High school? Oh my God, I would have gotten my butt kicked if I would have. Oh boy.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm not admitting to anything.
High school?
I mean, everybody sneaks a beer every once in a while.
I
Don't.
was such a goody two shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah, people.
I just started off really poorly on this podcast. Anyway.
That's okay. This is just getting the jitters out. It's fine.
That is good, though.
Jitters.
So it's well past midnight.
Oh.
I'm not even sure what day it is. It's today the 10th now? January 10th? Is that where we are?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
so to put it in perspective, we wanted to do this podcast on New Year's. We felt really good about our progress. And we had this big plan that we were going to do a podcast starting at 11 p.m. on the last day of 2019 and podcast into 2020.
Like
and
actually be recording while the ball dropped. Because we figured our kids would be in bed. We have 3.
yeah,
Which that didn't happen.
the kids did sleep. But instead of podcasting, we had our 3 kids up and actually watched the ball drop, which was fun. They were very cute.
Yeah.
And then we did do some work. But it's been like 10 days since we thought we were going to do our first podcast episode. So this is...
I feel like
I feel good about it.
we changed our expectations. We went from the minute to the week to now just the month of January.
We made the month of January.
We can make the month of January really good.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. I'm happy to be sitting here talking with you, though.
Yeah.
I do like the sound of your voice.
Oh, thanks. It sounds really weird to hear yourself, like the feedback that you get from your head. I like it. It's like, it's interesting. It's like when you hear yourself on voicemail, but in real time. It's very odd.
Sure.
It's weird.
Yeah, I can understand that.
ASMR would be very...
Oh, I knew you were going to go right to that.
It's just because there's just so many fun things to do. I'm a real weirdo when it comes to ASMR. I think that's really cool. Like the soap cutting videos and the crunching, I could watch that for hours.
So, okay, here's one thing I will say. This year was very good in terms of new social media that popped up that opened my eyes to things
Different things.
Yeah, different things. Like you just had that the ASMR thing pop up, and then like my train of thought went down the road, and there was a lot of fun, entertaining things that we got to witness this year.
Yes.
A lot of funny stuff. I don't know if it's people are funnier now. They're getting better at social media.
More creative.
Yeah, I think they're figuring it out.
Yeah.
They're working out the kinks, and now they're
to break
funny.
through the clutter. You have to be a little bit more original and creative.
Yeah. I mean,
unless
there's a lot of stuff out there. There's a lot of really crappy stuff out there.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think people have done a really good job on social media this year.
I got weird this year because I downloaded TikTok as a joke.
I haven't downloaded that yet.
Which many do. Apparently that's a thing. Like a 30-year-old mother of 3 downloads TikTok as a joke, and then you end up watching it every night and showing your husband your likes at the end of the day. It's really funny though because there's a very strong level of like comedic relief in TikTok, and there's a lot of like very creative individuals, and then you kind of scroll through the weird stuff, and then you get the weird hotties that you're like, hey, look at this chick or this dude, and then that's it. But it's fun. I like it.
The last 6 months has been pretty funny. Like so typically a normal day for us with kids and working and like household stuff, we get like 0 time to ourselves typically. We
should probably, before we dive in, and I agree, yes, we get 0 time. We should probably like debrief or go into detail.
Should we tell people like who we are?
Like maybe we should do an intro.
I mean, let's be realistic. The only people that are going to watch this episode are going to be people that know who we are already. And thank you. Please subscribe.
And your mom is watching it. She's live streaming it right now through her brain. She's in the next room. She's staying with us.
Yeah, my sweet mother came up to help us launch this thing, and so hopefully our kids don't wake up in the middle of it and make it go quick. But yeah, she's in the other room. I'm sure she's either sawing logs or listening to our first podcast as it's being recorded. So
she's mentally live streaming.
Yeah.
Without a computer.
Yeah. I felt bad because the room, this office that we set up into this podcast studio, it used to be where like people would come and stay with us in this house. So that no longer exists, obviously, because we're in here doing this. So people are going to have to be good sports in this process.
We're going to have to get some better chairs.
These chairs are terrible.
This sucks.
I still think we could have used the little chairs from our kids' coloring table.
I was like half the height that I'm at right now. It didn't work.
So there's actually a really cool little project that we might do, or we could do. I like the idea of having like a back to a chair. And I'm not going to take credit for this, but I saw a really cool thing where you buy a bag of concrete and you get 2 5-gallon buckets. Okay. Mm-hmm. And you mix up like a third of a bag of concrete, and you mix it up and you put it in the bucket. Mm-hmm. And then you take 3 like big pieces of wood and you stick them down into the center. So what happens is basically you stick the pieces of wood down in, you let the concrete cure, and when you take the concrete out, you flip it over and it makes a chair.
Oh,
so it's
that's
like
cool.
A concrete seat with the chair.
That's like really industrial and like
they're super sturdy.
Oh, that's fun.
As long as you get good wood for it.
I feel like can I slide this like right
You
here?
can do whatever you would like.
Well, I want to make sure I'm still in frame if I lean back on the chair.
We'll find out.
Oh, should you just check really quick?
No, I think you're good.
Okay. So, and my face, probably.
Okay. We didn't even do a trial run before this.
Nope,
this is the trial run. So, let us know in the comments or, wherever you're, send us an email if you are listening, not on YouTube.
I think we're officially going to call this the Matt and Carly podcast. Mm-hmm. And then our plan is, we're going to start branching out in life, I think. This is the year. 2020 is our year to do something different because, we've got, and we'll start going into all the fun things just to, kick off our podcast. But we both worked in the corporate world for about 10 years. Yeah. And I'm still in it. And this is way more fun than that.
It hasn't been bad. I mean,
no. There's
the jobs haven't been bad, but there's things like this that, obviously this wouldn't happen if you weren't pursuing it. So we'll see where it goes.
I take 0 credit for setting this up though.
I have a very odd brain.
That's a good.
You'll find out.
Yeah,
I'm sure. Like if I have to talk in front of whoever's going to watch this podcast down the road,
You got a good.
people
brain.
are gonna pick up on that.
You have a good.
But this is pretty close to what I envisioned for
I think so.
the podcast setup.
I'm impressed.
Yeah, a
Yeah,
lot
I'm
goes
impressed.
into it. It took a lot longer. Well, it took a lot longer for me to get it to where I thought it was going to be cool setup wise to do it. But Carly's always told me for a long time, you got to start somewhere, like the quote, you got to start somewhere. I feel like this is a pretty good spot. So we'll see.
Start.
So
Yeah, my standards are pretty, not low. They're just,
no, you like to see progress.
I have like discombobulated standards. Like I would rather be like, okay, we can just start here and then we'll plug in the things that we need to plug in later. But I appreciate your attention to quality and detail, and it lifts my standards up a lot of times. So it's not a bad thing.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I probably would look. I think what Matt's saying is I probably would have started with like a laptop, like basically a flip phone and like just a chair is how I would have started this podcast. So the difference between where I would have probably begun and where this is vastly different. But it's great. It's actually not bad.
Hey,
it's a great
there's
thing.
there's more than one way to skin a cat.
I don't like that saying.
If you have a cat skin.
Don't say that again.
Sorry.
That right back in your mouth. Yuck. Don't
No,
do that.
I don't know. I think this is going to be a fun year. I'm looking forward to 2020. This is speaking of 2020. You're right. They should have had Barbara Walters do the ball drop.
I don't even know.
I don't know how you can live with yourself not letting that happen.
I don't remember
That's way off
where
topic,
I heard
but
it. I think it was on. I feel like I saw it on Facebook, which is weird because I don't go on Facebook very much anymore.
yeah.
But somebody said that they were like, okay, Ryan Seacrest needs to step out of the way, and Barbara
Yeah.
Walters needs to just like come back from wherever she is and be like, I'm Barbara Walters, but I'm Barbara Walters, and this is 2020. And I was like,
I'm
oh
Barbara
my god,
Walters.
what?
Yeah.
But instead, it was I saw Julianne Hough and Carson Daly.
Yeah. I mean,
She's okay. She's pretty,
It would have been
she's-
legendary to
she's
have that
so
happen.
ugly.
Who is?
Julianne Hough. God,
Julianne Hough, more like
she's
Julianne Ruff. Ugh.
No, she's so bad.
Sick.
Ooh. She's pretty cute.
She's pretty
And her
talented.
brother. Oh, stop. What if she's watching?
So, if Julianne Hough watches our podcast, our first one ever,
Oh, boy.
that'll be an achievement. I can say
Okay.
that much.
We're so cool.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see how the greater public. It's a little sketchy putting yourself out on the
Does
internet.
that make you feel weird?
Yeah, I mean a little bit. Like this isn't our first stuff on YouTube, and clearly we've been on social media, but like putting it out there just to discuss normal, like to put your opinion out there
Yeah.
it's not like unsettling, but it's a little sketchy.
That comment section is brutal, I've heard.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I've put out hunting DVD type stuff or hunting video type stuff, and there's some
true.
people that are just ruthless out there. But
That's a pretty sore subject though for a lot of people.
it is.
But
apparently,
I've never been an angry commenter. Have you contributed to the angry comments?
I never comment.
I haven't either.
The only time I comment is when I have a question for someone.
You're in like the customer. If you could search like customer service in your Gmail, you'd have some pretty angry emails.
Oh, well, I mean, that's not a social media comment.
Right, that's what I mean.
That's
You're
like
not
manipulating
You're not public.
manipulating
No, I'm just kidding.
a form of communication to get what you need.
Yeah, I feel like you're.
That's like being a salesman.
Yeah, it's not bad. I feel like
well-
the comment section, like the public forum, you've never been like.
No,
a
I
person.
barely even like hit the like button on stuff.
Yeah.
Which is weird
You
because
should.
I
That
used
gives
to.
a lot of people
I
help.
know.
And
I'm,
all it is one little click.
I'm like that spectator. Like I will give you views, and I'm getting better at liking things.
And engaging.
But the problem was I did social media professionally for a while, and I knew how the algorithms worked, and it was like I knew what would happen if you just started liking a bunch of things. You start getting fed a bunch of stuff.
That's true.
So I got into this habit of just not liking people's posts or not commenting. But lately I've gotten more direct to the point.
Yeah.
Because it takes a lot of work, and there's good stuff out there, and there's stuff that's not very good either.
Yeah.
But the stuff that like is impressive to me, it doesn't matter what it is. Like I watched a video like a couple weeks ago of a guy that was testing all the different brands of AA batteries.
I remember you
And
telling
I
me
was
that.
so impressed. I was like, this guy just killed it. And I was like, yeah, I gave him a thumbs up, and I'm like, keep up the good work, man.
Oh, wow.
That's outside
was
of my
gonna say,
comfort zone.
what
But he
would
did a great job.
What would it take for you to like share something?
I
Never,
don't.
you never
well,
really do.
So like I'll share it with friends, but you'll never catch me like sharing a video on Facebook.
Yeah,
or
like you'll send me
Instagram or, like,
Instagram DMs, but like not.
yeah,
You won't.
like I share it, but not
Yeah.
like, hey, everybody I know.
That's fair.
So I know a lot of people from a lot of different places that don't like all the same stuff. Like
That's
I know
fair.
people that are very, you know, like professional.
Mhm.
Then I know people that are like borderline rednecks, and there's just too much
Yeah.
out there.
You want to make sure you're appealing to your full group of friends, people. Yeah.
But you know, we'll see. We'll see where it goes. But yeah, I mean, I think 2020 is going to be awesome in terms of content creation for us. I think we hold a lot of potential.
We do.
If we can just get our kids to go to sleep for like 2 hours at a time. And a fair
man.
warning to everyone watching this, if it ends at like 20 minutes, it's because one of our kids woke up. So you'll just have to take what you can get.
That should be in our description.
Yeah.
Just
like
fair
disclaimer.
warning. Disclaimer.
Our kids wake up often, and we will end this podcast as soon as it happens.
Oh man, that's fine. It is what it is.
Yeah.
See, that's part of that's part of the fun is, you know, we can speak to being in that position and in that situation. And there's so many people who know exactly what that's like. Because the second you start doing something, it is inevitable. Somebody will wake up and either
It's like
throw
they have
up.
a sixth sense. They're like when we get on the phone, our kids' volume level
They're like
goes
meerkats. They're like,
we're like, oh,
Like,
mom's
pop
on the
up.
phone, let's scream. Or like when we pull up to a fast food place, they just like they'd all be asleep, and you hear the window go down and be like, Dad,
that's it.
can I say hi? No, you cannot say hi to the people in the fast food place.
I love when Lauren says that when it's like raining.
It'll be like 20 below zero, and she'll be like not wearing a coat. Dad, will you roll down my window so I can say hi to this lady that I don't know? And I'm like, sure. I'm sure she wants to sit here and
They love it,
talk
though.
to you.
Like anyone who's in a fast food or a coffee shop or somewhere that we're driving through, like they're always like, "Oh my god!"
I know.
hi." But then you get people who are just like, "Not for me. Don't show
Every
me your
once in a while,
child."
you get these people that are like, I hate kids. Put your kid back in your window, please.
Please roll the window.
Yeah. No. So speaking of kids, one of the things, like, let's be the devil's advocate right here. Even if our podcast goes nowhere, we're going to create a bunch of them.
It's gonna be
because
fun.
one of my goals with doing this and doing other content is to record you and I.
Did you
me and
screen
you.
both sides?
Yeah.
You did. Okay,
I
sorry.
know I
just
did.
realized that.
Yeah,
okay.
sorry.
No,
That's
it's good.
sidetracked.
It's good.
This had a big logo on it, and I took it off.
I'm proud of you.
Just so it's
I'm
not
glad.
distracting.
Yeah, I'm glad.
But that comment was not distracting
Sorry.
either.
I'm sorry. Anyways, I'm sorry about that.
No, I'm just
I
kidding.
just realized that.
Yeah, I did. It looks good. You can't even tell.
Nope.
One of the things that I think is going to be really cool that I did not have growing up is like video footage of my parents or like me and, you know, from a young age. Just so our kids can look back and be like, who, you know, like what were our parents all about?
Yeah, that's a good point.
You know, because like even a year from now, we're going to look different. We're going to sound different. I'm probably going to be fatter than I am right now, you know, because I can't stop eating nachos. But, you know, other than that, I think it'll be really cool. And one of the things that I want to do is I want to get the kids in here like one at a time some days and just interview them, like talk to them and, you know, record it.
It would be really cute to like let them pick out the background color.
Yeah.
Like they'll love that.
Oh, they hate the fact that they can't just come in here and mess with everything.
I know.
We're going to have to put a lock on the door or two of them.
I was just thinking that too, unfortunately.
We have it on the other side of the wall behind the camera right now is our office with like computer equipment and everything. And we had to lock that because it was like, man, they were getting into everything. We have like an office, what would you call it? Like a desk drawer setup.
It's a cubicle.
Yeah, it's like basically a cubicle.
It came from my dad. It was a cubicle.
And it had Carly's nail polish on top of it.
Oh, God.
And I heard a crash one day. It was like a bang. And I looked over, and I can't remember which one it was.
It's Lila.
Was it Lila? It was, yeah, I think Lila was just getting into like, oh, I want to paint my nails. She had opened up the top of this big bin with all the nail polish, and she was trying to get it down off the top. So she was like standing up on the countertop. And oh my gosh, looking back on this, it's so lucky. Number one, that she didn't get hurt.
Yeah.
But number two, that when the bin of nail polish fell, that the one that broke, the only nail polish that broke was the pure white one. And when it broke, it could have shattered or like cracked and sprayed our iMac, like our big computer, but it broke and it looks like there's bird poop all over our office chair now because
I sit on that every day.
white paint on a black leather chair does not look great. Mm-mm. We'll have to show you like a clip of that.
Yeah.
But it was like, man, we're gonna have to do that. We're gonna have to lock this room, I'm sure. Yeah. At some point, just keep those little rascals out.
Curious. They just want to see and do whatever they want to.
Yeah.
Get into.
Our not our oldest, but our middle little girl loves like anything she can get her hands on right now, and she is just like crushed that she can't come in here and play with everything. I feel bad for her.
We'll have to let her pick out her background colors.
She's really into that
when she talks. That'll be really cute.
Yeah. So what do you think? So today's Friday. Mm-hmm. You had the day off work.
I did.
Lila had her school canceled. She had
first snow day of the year.
Was it?
Of her school year, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I guess it was.
First one.
Last year, she had like 27 days
By
off.
this day, yeah.
Yeah.
January last year was so weird. The
winter here was a nightmare.
It was nuts. There were I think the final count for the year was like 16 snow days, and I feel like almost all of them occurred in January. It was like half of January was completely a snow day. Yeah. It was so weird.
Yeah, it was really rough.
It was like really nice though. It was a weird thing because we were driving to the Y. We were driving in town.
The Y is YMCA. Where our daughter did preschool.
Yeah. Am I giving away too much information now? Okay.
No, that's not too much.
Well, I mean, if you're smart, you can figure out where we live.
Yeah, all the people that are watching us are family right now. They know where we live. That's okay.
We might have to cut that out later. Anyways, I'm so goofy. So we were driving far. So like, the drive into school would be, it was a decent drive. Yeah. So when we had all those snow days, Adam, our little guy, was December, January. He was like 4 months old, mm-hmm. and he was just starting to like kind of sleep through the night, but I was exhausted. Every morning I was like so tired because he would be awake. He'd be like up and tossing and turning. He would wake up for like hours. So when we had all those snow days, I remember like 2 weeks straight. I think she had a week off at one point. There was like 5 or 6 days in a row where it was like she just kept not having school.
She was off for like 8 days in a row,
so
including
weird.
the weekend.
So weird. So I'd like wake up in the morning. I felt like I was a kid. I'd be like, I'm so tired. Is there school? There's no school again. Yes. And I'd be like, I'm going to sleep in. Yeah. It was weird. But yeah, that was a weird.
I just said it
weird like 17 times.
It's really odd. Okay, so like dating myself. Well, let me tell you this. So
I thought you meant like when you take yourself out to Chili's.
So when I was in high school, my mom actually had a job at the high school. So she worked in like the main office of the high school. You want me to take that?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll just set it over here. So my mom had a job at like, hold on, pause. Okay, man, I'm going slow. That's okay. My mom had a job at the high school, and so she was like tied in with the people that would call off school.
Yeah.
So like when I was young, she would come up and like turn my alarm off. She wouldn't tell me. She'd just be like, like a freshman in high school or whatever. And she'd just turn my alarm off, and I'd wake up at 11 and like shit my pants because I'm like, oh my God, what time is it? And she'd be like, no, you're good. There was a snow day. But like without that, we used to have to turn on the TV and watch the schools like on, Fox or whatever it was.
You'd have to sit there for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, you'd have to wait. And like, depending on when your school called the news station to let them know, you might be sitting there for like a half hour just like crossing your fingers and like, please, come on, it's so icy. But now it's like you get text messages, right?
Yeah.
Like we get text messages when our daughter doesn't have school, and it's like, I don't know.
That's very interesting.
That's, in the grand scheme of things, that's not overly cool. But
That's pretty
compared to
cool.
like how far
Yeah.
like the world has come just since I was in that position, it's like it just seems weird.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's a really good point. No, I think it's gonna be weird. Yeah. Like, what is it gonna go from that point? Like, from a text, like, used to be you had to watch TV and sit there and wait for 30 minutes. Now it's an instant text message at 6:30 in the morning. Like, what's the next step?
Yeah.
I remember I think it was my senior year in high school. The superintendent had like retired or something, like my junior year, and he was super lax. So he'd like, because the superintendent, I believe, was the person who would go out and actually check the roads physically.
They'd
They would go
at,
drive
like, 5
it.
in the
Like,
morning.
yeah. So the superintendent that we had our junior, like my freshman through junior year, was super chill. He was like a really cool guy. He'd go out and be like, oh, it's kind of snowy.
Oh, yeah.
Like snow day or whatever. So he'd know his budget. He'd know how many days.
Yeah.
So he'd always kind of like be a little more relaxed. My senior year, which of course was like the year that you want as many days off.
Oh, yeah,
as
for
you can,
sure.
because you got senioritis. The superintendent previously had retired. So this guy came in and he was like, he literally was like an ex-military person. And he was like, all
He's
right.
like, no, you're
So,
gonna walk through
I
this
remember
now.
there were a couple days where parents freaked out. They were like,
Because
dude.
they didn't cancel it.
Well, yeah, it was
Yeah.
like, it was legit
Like,
a
dangerous
snow
to
day.
drive,
Yeah, it was
or like-
dangerous. Like
yeah.
buses were slipping around, and it was like, and people were so mad. He was like, "You can get to school."
Yeah.
We were like, "Oh my god, we're going to die."
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember that. So, but no, legit. Like last January was crazy. There were so many dead snow days.
We had 27. I think it was 27 days off, wasn't it?
16
No. Oh yeah, it was.
last year. It was
Oh,
16.
27 days was how many days of school I missed my senior year.
Nice. Nice.
Sorry about that, everybody.
That's like a full month.
It was a good time off. No, I don't know. Yeah, 16. Was it 16?
Yeah,
Okay.
I feel like I remember
Yeah.
that number
No, that's-
forever because it
That's
was
probably accurate.
almost unbelievable.
That's a lot of days off.
I think
mean,
we only had to go an extra day or two in
well,
the summer. Also.
Well, and they started doing like weird makeup days, or like
Oh, that's
but-
right. Because she used to not have
Yeah.
Fridays, and they'd be like, "Hey, we're gonna make this day up."
yeah. So like to put it
about
in
that.
perspective, like where we live, we're like pretty much out in the country, and we're not one of the main roads that gets snow plowed. So if you're watching this and you're like in New Mexico or like California, a snow plow is this big truck that comes and it scrapes all the crappy snow off the road so you can drive. Ours was like the last to get plowed, and when they came through last year, our entire road and our driveway was basically one giant sheet of ice, and our driveway is not paved. It's like a dirt driveway, so it was literally covered with like 3 inches of just straight up ice.
Yeah.
And there were days where we could not get our car to even move in the driveway. That's how crappy it
The
was.
tires would just spin.
Yeah, you'd just be spinning, and it wasn't like, it wasn't like we had a crappy car or anything. So, but yeah, this winter's been better, but I don't know. I'm already like January 10th.
You're over it.
Yeah, I'm over it. I'm ready to like go to the beach and like have bonfires and stuff again.
Oh, I know.
That sounds really good.
I
to
feel
me.
that too.
I don't know. It's rough being in a place where you could. I mean, there's like ski mountains.
Yeah.
You could go skiing,
Those are hills.
but they're like hills. Yeah, so it's tough. I mean, like the wow factor goes away kind of quick.
There's not a lot of things to do unless you have like snowmobiles and
Yeah.
fun things. It's different with little kids too. Like you can go outside and play, and we've built snowmen and like snow forts and stuff this year already. We've got sledding, but with little ones, like Adam is a year. He's his capacity for being outside is about 30 minutes.
I
and
cannot
he's
wait
done.
until our kids get big enough where I can actually have a real snowball fight with
You
them.
were gonna say that.
I don't know. I
How
get
many
some
times have you
sick pleasure.
hit me with a snowball?
I hit Carly with what would you call it? A slider? It was like a slider.
It was a bomb.
No,
What do you
no.
mean?
I remember this so clearly, and yes, I get some kind of sick satisfaction out of drilling my family members with snowballs. I like it. I mean, I'm not saying like I really enjoy playing dodgeball.
Yeah, you
I
do.
like hitting people with snowballs. I don't ever go for the face. Don't get me wrong, but I remember when we were in East Lansing. I can replay this just like the biggest deer I ever shot. It's not the same thing, but I let this snowball. It was a perfect packed snowball.
Yeah, it had like
And
a rock in
You
it.
walked out the front door, And I like...
Where were we? I forget.
We were at the...
Dover's?
No. Spartan House. The Spartan House. So we walked out of our college house, and she took 2 steps out. She saw me, and as soon as she made eye contact, I just let this snowball rip. And it was like, I sidearmed it, and I saw you take a step in what you thought was going to be the right direction, and that motherfucker came back. Sorry, I just dropped that.
We did it. We're in there. Doing it.
That thing took a backward spin, and it was like she couldn't get out of the way, and it made direct contact. Felt like I was juking it. With like the breastbone. Oh yeah, it was beautiful. It was one that you could not get out of the way. I can't
deny that was the best snowball throw that I've ever seen.
It made a sound. It was going so fast.
Yeah, it took
and I can't wait to pelt my kids like that.
It was pretty good. It was pretty good. I'll give you that.
It's gonna be fun. I think our son Adam, who's just over 1, he's gonna be lethal.
Yeah,
with a snowball because he can throw little stuffed animals.
He already messes. Yeah, he does. He already messes with them too.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
That's gonna be pretty funny.
Yeah, me and him. We're gonna be like boys against girls. It's gonna be awesome.
Oh,
I can't wait for it. But yeah, that was such a good throw.
Do you remember when we made that snowman? We had that snowman contest. I'm sorry. If you don't want to talk about it, we don't have to.
I just came down from such a high thinking about that snowball.
I'm sorry, I know. I mean, it was related. It was like 3 snowballs.
How did that go? Oh, I remember. It was a contest to get like a percentage of our rent paid.
I should have known.
It was a Facebook contest, right? By the apartment complex that we lived in.
We like submitted it too late or something.
No.
What was it? I don't even remember.
It was like whoever makes the best snowman gets $200 off rent or something like that. Well, they didn't tell us in the post. We just thought it was like they were going to judge. So we made this perfect snowman. It was awesome. It was literally a perfect snowman. And then we found out the way it was going to work was whoever made a snowman posted a picture of it on their Facebook page, and then whoever got the most likes on Facebook got the rent off. So these like hoity-toity girls, like called up all their friends and got like hundreds of people to like this stupid snowman that they made. And ours was so
oh my
good.
God, I just pictured it.
Ours was so good. We went out and got like different colored like milk jug caps for like the buttons and the nose. And then I went out and like I just like smashed it. I was so angry because we did such a good job. And then this like little tiny crappy one won it.
That was pretty funny. It was fun either way. That
was a really good life lesson day for me.
It was.
Read into the fine details of those stupid contests.
There you go. Don't always trust that you're gonna win something.
No.
That was funny too because we had Jack. Do you remember building that? I still have
Jack
pictures.
is our dog.
Yeah, sorry. Jack is our dog.
He's old
black
now.
lab.
Yep.
I will never forget. Jack had if nothing else, Jack had so much fun.
Oh, he didn't know what to do.
Snow.
It was a snow day.
Oh, it was so awesome.
Where like we actually had the day off.
Yeah.
There was one.
Yeah, we did, didn't we?
So yeah,
they called off school.
Michigan State was known, like the military guy at your high school, for never having snow
canceling.
days. Yep. Ever. It was like good luck. It was like 1 in 17 years or something. Yeah. And that was one of the days they actually canceled it. And then our apartment complex was like, oh, we're going to do this really good thing. And they didn't think it through. And, whatever. I'm not bitter about it. It's fine. Those other people deserve that money way more than we did. So congratulations if you're watching this, girl. I'm sure you deserved it. I hope you spent the money wisely.
Oh, man, that apartment complex was such a bad choice. That was the worst.
Dude, okay. So we live in Michigan. We've got family like outside of Lansing, outside of Detroit. So every once in a while we drive through that campus. They've like totally renovated the whole thing.
Everything's different.
It's crazy looking.
Yeah, it's weird. Those high-rise apartment buildings, and like there's the new one on by San Sushi.
Yeah. By the Hyde building.
It's right by the Lansing Community College. There's like a branch right there, you know what I'm talking about?
By
LCC.
Frandor. by Frank Door. If you're a Michigan person or a Michigan State person, you'll
That's
know
a
what I'm
different
talking
one. I'm thinking about the new one that's by
the nice sushi restaurant.
yeah.
Yeah,
You
by
know
the
what I'm talking
Hyde.
about?
It's the Hyde building or the Hyde building.
Yeah,
The
you
Hyde
like
building.
drive down and there's like a whole new
Yeah.
like it's like a whole
Yeah, it's-
community.
Yeah, that tuition is like they're cranking on that
Like, what should
tuition.
we spend our money on?
Let's just build. It's like Monopoly in real life,
Oh my god.
but like for students.
Don't even bring that up right now.
What?
Any student.
Oh yeah, no, we're gonna not talk about that. Boo.
Boo.
It's okay.
It's fine.
It's fine.
We're fine.
So what do you want to do this weekend? So today's Friday, like I said. You had the day off.
Mm-hmm.
Lila had the day off of school. We are officially recording our first podcast, which feels great.
Officially.
What are we gonna do on Saturday, Sunday? I think Grandma, aka my mom, is down for watching at least 2 of our 3 kids.
Oh.
So I think we'll have a good day tomorrow.
We'll do something fun.
We should get wild and crazy and go to Wendy's.
Spicy nugs are back.
I might have to pick. Oh my, that was the funniest thing. So yeah, the social media stuff. One of my favorite things from 2019, and it was probably fake, and that's fine if it was.
If it was bad lip reading, then
If it was fake or real, I don't care. It made me laugh. So Dak Prescott, the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys at the time, or he still is. I don't even know what it was from. It was like
it was like a huddle.
yeah,
They were
no,
just
he
in a huddle.
was in the huddle and
Yeah.
he was like talking to his team. So he like called the play and he goes, hey, spicy nuggets are back. I'm gonna have to get some on the way home. And then he walk up to the line of scrimmage and it was like just every ounce of me, like my soul wants that to be real. Because like Dak Prescott does not need to be buying Wendy's chicken nuggets, but I hope that he does.
Hey, you know what? Warren Buffett still gets like dollar cheeseburgers from McDonald's. So I mean,
Big Macs, quarter pounders.
yeah, it doesn't matter what level of success you achieve. You can still enjoy some spicy nugs or
Look,
a Big Mac.
the fact of the matter is, if this podcast blows up and we become rich and famous, I'm just going to buy more quarter pounders. It's not like I'm going to step up my game and do anything different.
I am. I'm going to get Kobe beef burgers. I don't even know what that is.
Kobe beef.
I've never even had
It's
it.
where they... No, yeah, you
Kobe
have.
beef?
Yes,
I
you
have?
have. Yes, you
What?
have. Yeah, so your Uncle John gave it to us.
What?
He served... You don't even remember it. I do.
Why don't I remember that?
I'm a steak whore.
But why
just-
don't I remember? Was I like hammered drunk?
He didn't give us a whole one. He had
At
like
that barbecue
2.
that one time?
Yeah, so he
that
came
was
up-
Kobe beef?
I
Like
didn't
a
know what it
brat?
was. Yeah. What?
Was it a brat?
No, he just gave
Oh.
us a piece of steak and he was like, hey, come try this.
But did he cook it right?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Sorry.
No.
Okay.
So
I
for
don't
those,
remember that.
maybe I'm wrong about this, but I'm pretty sure. Kobe beef is like they literally take beef cattle, as like calves, and they like basically wine and dine them. So they like have very, very fatty meat. You know, like their muscle is super lean and like soft and gentle. And holy crap, is it good? I don't even know what it is. Please, someone in the comments of YouTube, if you're listening to this on YouTube, tell me what it is. Or I'll just Google it
How
later.
do you make it?
It was so good. But it is dangerously expensive. So
I
know.
think the Try Guys made a video about that one time, and it was they were talking
did they
about
eat that type?
They were talking about how, it might not be Kobe beef, but it might have been some other kind of like cattle product or whatever. But it was what you were describing.
Yeah.
They literally take like baby calves and they
I think
like
it was
play like classical music to
Yeah.
it, and they like pet it and they like let it sleep with
Yeah,
like
it's like-
blankets and pillows. That's so
It's like
sad.
zero stress.
We've
It's
lost
like-
every vegan viewer that we would have ever had.
It was gonna happen. So for anybody,
Goodbye,
yeah, it's
vegans.
gonna come out.
Sorry.
I might as well tell you up front. I'm a deer hunter and a turkey hunter, and we're gonna talk about that stuff at some point because we kill stuff and we eat it here.
Unsubscribe.
Yeah. So if you don't like that, just we'll see you on the next one.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
that's fine. We might branch off
That's
at some
okay.
point.
Hey, I have nothing
We are
against
what we
people
are.
that don't like hunting.
No, that's fair. That's
Um,
fair. There's no animosity there.
No, have at it.
But
To each their
if
own.
you don't want to hear about tasty meats,
I mean, the way I see it is, you know, the
I
less
know, I'm so
the
sorry.
less hunters, the better,
leaning back.
because there's just not enough wild animals to go around for everybody. So I'll do it for everybody else. You're good. You just stay home and eat chicken nuggets, and I will go out and get the deer.
Spicy nugs.
Spicy nuggets are back, baby. Oh, man.
Good segue. This episode is brought to us by Wendy's.
Wendy's. Thank you, Wendy's.
What the hell? Isn't that going to be kind of weird, though, if we... Let's just forward think here. If we actually do have a sponsor of this podcast.
Should we do a prediction right now?
Yeah.
Let's do a prediction. So this is our first podcast.
We're
ever.
off strong.
Episode 1. So at some point, we're going to come back and look at this and be like,
damn.
Like, wow, we made no progress in the last 3 years. Or we're like, we're killing it. So my
oh, no.
my bet for who wants to
Fast food.
sponsor us. No, I don't think we'll get fast food, but maybe, like a local restaurant would be like, hey, this episode's brought to you by eggs or like eggs. Yeah, like eggs. Eggland's best.
Eggs.
You like eggs? We eat a lot of eggs in this house, and we only eat the best. Eggland's best. There you go. Send us our check.
I like how that is set from the local restaurant to just eggs.
Eggland's best. I was going to say like Ed's Deli or something like that.
No,
I'd be happy with that.
I think just in general, the committee that really loves eggs is going to sponsor this podcast.
The Egg Committee is going to sponsor our podcast.
Yeah.
I'll take an egg sponsorship.
I'll
eat eggs. I'll put this out there right now. If I come back and look at this like 5 years from now, I will take an egg sponsorship and I will eat eggs on every single podcast.
There has to be a committee. There has to be a committee for just eggs.
Yeah.
Like the fair treatment of like
what would they even
byproducts
talk
of
about,
chicken.
Though?
How
like the
eggs,
different kinds?
Oh my God, are you kidding me?
I don't
There are
know
so many
anything about
different
the
kind
egg
of
committee,
eggs.
Carly.
There are so many different kind of eggs and the handling of eggs, the final product of eggs, how you cook eggs. There's so many things you can talk about with eggs.
Okay, so
This episode is brought
I
to
have
you
something
by
that I'd
eggs.
like to talk about right now, but I don't know if it's illegal.
Is it eggs?
Yeah, it's egg related.
Okay. I'm
not
concerned.
I'm not gonna. So I wink, wink. If you're listening to the podcast, I'm winking right now. So we may or may not have.
Can you
found,
ASMR a wink? Hold on. You can do butterfly.
Okay, yeah. Better. We just butterfly kiss the thing. I don't think it is, but I don't know. We found a turkey egg. We found a wild turkey egg.
It might be illegal.
Well, either way, it's long gone, and we failed at doing it.
That's
so
true. Yeah.
anyway, we found an egg.
Didn't you call the DNR though? Sorry, I keep.
It was in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
Which we found an egg. I thought it was a golf ball. We rolled over it and I was like, what was that? And I backed up and looked, and sure enough, it turned out to be a turkey egg. And I don't know if it was a wild turkey egg or like somebody's egg or whatever, but we looked it up and we did some research on it, and we ended up, I found out like a coworker of mine from years ago like hatches eggs. She's like an egg hatcher. And she gave me tips on it, and we did it, and it took, what was it, like 20 days or something like that?
It was like 20.
It was like a month or something.
No, it was.
I can't remember.
We had a calendar. Remember, we were crossing it off because we had to flip it 3 times a day.
25 days or something like that?
It was like 25 to 28 days or something for incubation.
Yeah. So we like did the incubation process, and that was this year, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It was this year. And it was like, obviously
June.
like early in the year, but it actually hatched. Like we hatched this little turkey, and we did our best to, keep it alive. And I will say it's probably the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Like not to say they're all dumb, but I never once saw that thing drink out of the little drinker.
Yeah, that was weird.
Without me like dipping its beak in the water.
That was an interesting.
It just seemed lost.
Process.
Yeah, it was sad. It ended up passing away.
Yeah.
Like a week after it hatched.
That was very sad.
We
did as much research as we could. We went to our local Tractor Supply Co. Talked to the people there, which were very knowledgeable. They were very helpful. Gave us basically like a turkey hatching starter kit. We grabbed an incubator. We had
we went all out for this thing.
We did. We did.
Everything.
I feel like we did the best that we
everything.
could. We got the heat lamps. We got the food. We got the water, the little water
drinker
dispensers. Yeah. And
we were wiping that thing's butt more than our kids.
We were. I was checking on it. It was very cute. It was a very sweet turkey.
Yeah.
It would,
it was cool.
And be like really excited when we come in. Oh,
it was cool.
So sad.
I think honestly, I think it just got dehydrated, and
probably
like the lady that like told me, she kind of warned me up front. She was like, if it hatches, she was like, number one, if it hatches, like, congratulations, because it's not likely.
Yeah, because didn't she say how many of her?
She had like I think she had like 12 and none of them hatched.
Yeah, it's like
she was like, oh my gosh, like you're one hatched. But she told me up front, she was like, if this thing hatches, she was like, we've had turkeys and they're really stupid. Like, it's just how it is. And she goes, so if it hatches, like do yourself a favor and get a couple chicks. And we were like, I don't know if we want to like,
have chickens
yet. So we didn't get the chickens, but boy, I can tell you what, like walking into like the Tractor Supply Company or like Blaine's or whatever and looking at the chicks there, they had it down. They were like walking around eating food, drinking, out of the drinker. Yeah. This turkey was like,
you got to think like that pack mentality, like when when one does it and they're like, oh, that's what we need to do.
Yeah, it just
that poor little turkey.
It just did not catch on.
And I had one of those bulb syringes or whatever. Yeah. I tried. I don't know if this was probably not the right thing to do psychologically for this turkey, but I had this bulb syringe and I was like, oh, it kind of looks like a head with a
mouth.
beak. Like, okay. So I kind of would like stick it in the water. And at first I wasn't even sucking water out of it. I was just sticking it in, showing it like, hey, here's this long thing that's on your face. Like put it in this, and without like forcing its head down, which apparently you're supposed to do sometimes. Yeah. But I would like stick this thing in and I would suck some water and be like, see, like, and I'd squirt the water back out.
Yeah.
And as soon as I would squirt the water out, this little turkey would come running over to the edge of that thing. And
it was all fired up about it. I was
like, oh my God. So finally I figured out like, okay, this turkey, the only way it's going to drink is if I syringe, like hydrate it. So I'm like squeezing water into this thing's mouth. So as soon as you pull that syringe out, every morning when you come downstairs, it would be like, it would see it and it would get like all excited. I'm like, no, buddy, like stick your face in the water and then you suck or whatever you do as a turkey. And it just, it's difficult.
We tried hard. I mean, I'd give it an A for
on
effort.
A bigger scale. We're kind of doing that with 3 kids and it's challenging.
Kids, I can tell you one thing, kids are easier than one single baby turkey.
That's fair.
So anyway, but I think that was cool. I'm looking forward to what 2020 is going to bring, like surprise wise, because that was one of those things that like we didn't plan for, but it was really educational.
Yeah.
It was fun. I mean, it was cool. We took it outside a couple times, which
it was very cute running around.
It liked to be outside. Yeah. But I tell you what, it's so seeing a baby turkey like that and then realizing like turkeys and wildlife. I'm
just going to check what time it is.
Yeah. Like turkeys and wildlife out in the wild. It's amazing any of those, those poults, which is a baby turkey, can survive with hawks and owls and coyotes and like all sorts of stuff around. That thing was so dumb. Mm-hmm. Like, no offense, baby turkey, R.I.P. No offense, baby turkey, but you were dumb. It was really dumb.
Yeah, well, it gives you appreciation for farmers and anybody that raises farm animals, because not only to like keep those things alive, but to feed them every day, to take care of them every day, to like
there's like, so many weird
know
random
all the things that go into it, to protect them from predators. There's so many things that go into that stuff. I mean, we've talked about possibly having chickens because like we eat a lot of eggs, like you were talking about, like jokingly, but like we really do. And it would be
our kids are really gonna hate eggs.
I don't know.
They're gonna hate them.
Lila's kind of already borderline, but like it would actually be very beneficial to have literally a chicken coop at some point. Like we would probably break even, if not save money on eggs, if we just had a chicken coop.
No, I agree. At some point in our lives, we're gonna have to try it.
I want chickens. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like I mean, like hats off to people who actually raise animals
successfully.
Yeah.
Not like us.
Not like us. I
mean, we've had dogs for a long time.
That's fair.
I think if we had more time to dedicate to like livestock.
You're speaking to your whole universe right now.
Yeah, I think if we had more time, I can't believe one of our kids hasn't woken up and walked in here yet.
Hey, we've made it to almost an hour.
That's pretty good. Now. I feel good about that.
Yeah,
I feel solid about that.
We're at about 5 minutes out.
I gotta finish my drink here. Your drink. You were like done 10 minutes in.
You know what? I don't like warm beer, so I tried to drink it while it was cold. I also tried to frost the glasses, and boy, you would have been laughing if you would have seen me do that. I got them all really nice and wet, and I like made sure that like I swirled the water out and I like stuck them in the freezer really fast.
Oh, yeah.
I came back and it was just like
Nothing. It was just.
I was like, well, you know what? I'll just run some cold
Is
water.
that how you
over
do
it.
that? How are you supposed to frost them?
I think you just get it. I mean, from what I like, the poor person's way to do it is you just get it wet and then you stick it in the freezer.
Are you sure?
I've done it with like mugs before. Yeah.
Oh.
You just get them. You just
I
like
don't
rinse
know.
them, put them under this like water in the sink, and then you put them in the freezer. You have to leave them in for a while though, or you just put it in there. I don't think you have to get it wet.
I don't know.
I've done it before.
I think you just stick it in the freezer.
Yeah, probably.
And it just gets cold, and then it condenses when you pull it out.
That's fair.
All I know is that this might be my only beer in 2020, so I'm just going to enjoy it.
There you go.
So we'll see.
You don't think we're going to do it every podcast? Probably not. Especially if
probably
they're
not.
this late. We're recording at like 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, we've got stuff to do in the morning, which I'm already tired just thinking about it. Anybody that has kids out there that has like, and our kids aren't even like soccer age, you know, like real traveling soccer. I've heard horror stories
like
about
4 a.m.
Yeah, they're like, oh yeah, tomorrow's Saturday. Like you'll be in the office, like, you know, speaking of corporate world, you'll be in the office and be like, oh, you know, Friday, we're so happy. And then you get that one person that has like 3 kids in traveling soccer, and they're like, oh no, tomorrow's
weekend.
Saturday. There's an all-day tournament Saturday and Sunday.
Weird.
Oh,
That should be the
hit
next.
yet.
That would be a next good partial topic for the podcast is like sports and stuff that we've done.
Yeah.
Just like if we're gonna be, you know, talking about ourselves for
So,
no other reason than just.
If anybody has hung in there through this entire podcast, number one, thank you for doing that. If this one's terrible, hopefully we'll get better.
Please subscribe.
Please
we
subscribe.
need to quit our jobs. Okay, bye.
No, but in all
seriously.
seriousness, I can't remember what I was just going to say. What was I
If
just
you've
going to
hung
say?
in there to this
Oh,
point,
Yeah, I still can't remember.
thank you.
I totally lost train of thought.
Sorry, it was my fault. As always.
That's okay. It'll pop into my head at like 4 a.m. when I wake up with one of the kids.
You said if everybody's hung in there to this point.
Yeah, that doesn't help at all. I still
Thank
can't
you.
remember. That's okay.
And also,
moving on.
Okay. Sometimes
I
if you
can't remember.
retrace your steps.
Oh,
yeah.
I remember
See?
it.
There you
Okay.
go. I was
It
just
came right back to
retracing
me.
for
It came
you.
right back to me.
You're
So I was
welcome.
going to say, anybody that's hung in there, we have deliberated on what this podcast is going to be. You know, because like we're both advertising, marketing people, and you know, we were like, what are we going to name our podcast? You know, like, oh, we should have some really cool name. And you know, like maybe in the future we'll have different podcasts where we like specifically talk about certain things. Because I know not everybody's like into hunting. I'm big into hunting, so maybe down the road we'll have a hunting podcast off the side, something like that. But this one, the Matt and Carly podcast, is just going to be like, we're going to talk about real stuff.
Yeah.
Like real life stuff. So if you're probably like a 16-year-old girl or boy, you're probably not going to like our podcast that much.
You might be
you
surprised.
never know.
You might be surprised.
If you're like a 40-year-old family that doesn't get any sleep and enjoys little funny things,
we're for you.
we are here for you. And
we'll-
hopefully
yes.
you can get a little entertainment out of the
Some
crappy
real-
stuff that happens in our lives.
Yeah, some real stuff, some entertainment stuff, some knowledge, some not knowledge.
I'm going to
Please
do...
teach us. You know what I
Yes.
actually really like? I've been following a lot of people's podcasts for a long time and a lot of channels and all whatever. What a common theme is between a lot of people on YouTube or the internet, and what I've heard is like how much they've learned from other people.
Yeah,
just
for
being
sure.
on the internet and hearing other people's opinions directly
Absolutely.
in like the comment section. I'm excited for that. Like
Yeah.
I'm hoping that we get to that level. And if not, you know what? I've had a great time talking to you without any kids. Nobody's touching me. I'm sitting here looking at you in the face. I haven't had any buggers on me in the last hour.
We just had an
This is
adult
great.
beverage.
We did. Look it. We did it. We actually did. We drank one adult beverage. The door's been closed the whole time.
Yeah.
Nobody's touching me.
Nope.
We're good.
Yeah.
I'd say
I mean,
this is successful.
for this is A+ in my book.
I agree.
So
think so,
either
too.
way, but I don't know. I mean, do you have any like specific goals for this year? Goals that you want to reach personally, or like with this, or like outside of it? Like I already touched on the fact that like I think just documenting who we are,
Yeah.
like for our kids down the road, that's going to be really cool. So
Yeah.
I don't care if you like and subscribe to this stuff. More power to you. Please do. But
Yeah.
if you don't, we're still going to do it.
Yeah.
I think so.
I agree. Honestly, I have said this before, like being able to just sit down and dedicate 1 hour to talk to each other face to face. I mean,
hopefully
a lot of people pay a lot of fucking money for therapy, and that's what it is.
I was literally just going to say,
my bad.
We've done a fantastic job of not swearing.
You dropped an F-bomb. You did.
I dropped the mother effer.
You did.
But
that's true.
In my day-to-day life, I have a little bit of a potty mouth, so I'm not making any promises. It's probably going to happen a little bit.
We'll have to do some research on some terms and conditions of YouTube if we're going to upload and or all the platforms. My goals and my personal goals and things that I want to do this year are honestly still in development, but I'm excited to try something new like this. This is something totally different. Like I've said before, like I've been working in the corporate world for 10 years now. I'm still in it. I'm a pretty creative, like open person. I'm very like, I don't know, not weird. I'm eclectic. Like I like music. I like to play music. I like to laugh I like to laugh at stupid stuff. I'm on TikTok and I'm like 30 and I have 3 kids. Like, I don't know. I literally get so much enjoyment out of just watching people do funny things. And like I probably should
do you know
adult more, but I
seriously, like 20 years from now when our kids watch this, they're going to be like, my mom was on TikTok.
See, I almost feel like you can,
hey, we're
understanding
hip.
That
I'm a cool
you
mom.
can connect with your kids more if you understand what they're doing.
No,
I disagree.
That never happens.
I think that's
that's like your mom watching this being on Facebook and being like, we're with it.
Nobody
like
that's
our
old.
Parents,
Nobody that's old gets the internet though. No, that's not true. There's a lot of people that do.
Hey, our generation.
I'm being offensive. I'm being offensive now. I'm offending a large group of people.
It's fine. It's fine.
Anyways, my goals, I've got a lot of things floating around my head that might be for a different podcast, but I'm excited to try something new and do this. And what?
Huh?
What? Did I move out of frame?
He's can read my mind.
I know.
She can read my mind.
He's a stickler for like quality of
microphone placement. Quality of the audio.
I'm not good.
It's okay.
I'm learning.
I've done so good. I didn't make a single comment other than this.
I know what you do. I can tell. It's okay. I can feel it. I'm glad. Thank you for those little nuances.
Hey, it's all right. My goal is to just bring the highest quality podcast to our viewers in 2020.
This is dusty. This has dust on it. And now you can hear all the things that I'm touching. It's dusty.
I know. It's been sitting in here for like a month while I put this thing together.
We'll dust it off.
Yeah. We'll clean this.
But seriously, like props to you for, what it is though? It's being able to see something start to finish and understand every single little piece of it.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure you thought I was crazy for a while.
A vision. It's hard. Okay.
Because I was doing things that were like for this, but like 6 months ago that had nothing to do with other things.
And
I was like, no, trust me, it'll all work out.
You have the uncanny ability to like have this greater vision in your mind. Yeah. You're not the best at communicating it visually. And maybe
it's just not. I can't.
I don't know why. I
get so deep in the woods or in the weeds. I get so deep in the weeds that at that, like to a certain point, you're like, there's just no way it's going to happen.
What is this? What did you buy? What is this squishy thing you bought? These rubber bands?
I would get random things showing up to the house that are like, you wouldn't be able to describe it at all.
God. I'm like, babe, please help me understand why
just
this
don't
is
even
here.
look in the package. Just don't even look.
So I get it now. I understand what you're doing.
It's okay.
I get it. We just
That's cool.
We ordered a duster because we could dust everything up.
So the one, I have a goal.
It is.
I'm gonna put it out there.
Fair warning. It is. We are at an hour. There's not like
we're pushing our luck now.
There's not a dead
We're
stop.
pushing our luck.
There's not dead stop, hard stop.
Because I think we should probably sign off at a certain point before our kids freak out and we're like, oh, we got to go.
Yeah.
But I will say this. The magic number on YouTube anyway is 1,000 subscribers. That's my goal.
Before you can do anything.
Yeah, that's my goal. I just want to see if we can accomplish that.
Yeah.
And if we can, how long it's going to take and see what kind of a community we can find. See, because one of the things and I'll just say this real quick, one of the things that I was always thinking about before we put this together was like, I want to create content for a certain type of community. And like, I think the more exciting part about doing this is just you and I we're going to be ourselves and we're going to find out like what community lines up with that.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty cool.
That's pretty fair.
So if we get a bunch of nut jobs, we'll know we're nut jobs, which is cool. Yeah. So, I mean,
damn it in a good way. No,
yeah.
I think that's, I think it's like there's a really lame way to say it, but it's like your vibe attracts your tribe. Ooh.
Oh.
No, really, I've heard that before. Like when you put yourself out there,
that's
like
good.
that comes back to you.
Like
and
that.
then you're like, hey, and then you have like
Say it
interest.
again.
Your vibe attracts your tribe.
Your vibe attracts your tribe.
So it's like you put yourself out there, and then that group of people who like line up with who you are as a person, they come, you just start to cultivate that group of people in that community and whatever. And then, that overlaps with other people who are on the internet or on TV.
I'm with you.
We have zero TV right now, besides just cable.
We have evolved.
We're cord cutters in the marketing world.
Sort of, yeah.
We are. We're cord cutters.
We got rid of cable or satellite or whatever, and we're just on digital. So
I like it. I like it
You
more.
know what? I think it's our duty.
I miss I miss Fixer Upper. That's it.
Oh, that's a great show. Great
it.
show. Maybe someday we can have them on the podcast.
Oh, that'd be cool. We might need to like move to LA or something.
No, we'll go to them.
Oh no,
we'll pack all this crap up. Waco. Yeah, I think it's our duty to add to the digital community.
I agree.
Let's just do it. If nothing else, we can embarrass our kids down the road. Right?
I totally agree.
Cool.
I think it's fun.
Well, I'm tired and I drank a beer, which I'm basically wasted now. I'm totally kidding.
Sleeping pill.
Yeah.
And we had steak tonight.
Yeah.
Which is a very also rare occasion.
Did you say steak?
I did. What?
We did have steak. We had like an actual healthy dinner, and we followed it up with an adult beverage. Mm-hmm. And we did not sleep very much because we had 2 out of the 3 kids like hijacking our bed last night in the middle of the night. So maybe this is a good time to sign off. What do you think?
I agree.
All right.
This is good.
So I think we're going to do at a minimum at least 1 a week.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I think,
that's doable.
I think up front we're just going to pile them on you guys.
Yeah.
So if there's anything that you guys want to hear us talk about,
the kinks out, figure out what we're...
Yeah, because the only people that are watching this are our parents and our brothers and sisters and some of our friends, hopefully.
That's all.
So if any of you guys out there have something that you want to hear us talk about or whatever, I do have some good ideas for some future podcasts. We'll have some of our close friends call in because I want to talk.
That's a good idea.
I know a couple stories that I want to hear the full story that I haven't heard yet.
Yeah, that's fair.
Anyway.
That's a good idea.
You want to sign off? You can sign off the first one.
We're going to have to come up with a good sign off. But
no, we already have it. Unlock it. We'll explain that later.
That'll be a thing. But yeah, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you want to. If not, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Leave us a comment.
Please leave us a comment. Let us know what you want to hear. This is for us and nobody else. So thanks.
Yeah. So hope you liked it.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.